Yo guys, this is your artist Tolg, and today I'm back with another drawing tutorial with Q&A. You guys voted for Gohan Super Saiyan 4 and it's a very clear vote, so here we go. We are using an A4 size paper sheet in portrait mode, and we will halve the paper and add a 3cm guideline for the face on top. The links to the materials I'm using you can find in the info box below, and now we can start. As always, we are starting with the eyes. Gohan will be turned slightly to the side, and we are using the length of the horizontal line for the length of the eyebrows. And as for answering your questions, I will do that during the video. The edgy eyes we will draw with 3 lines, and we are drawing the eyes on and above the horizontal line. In Super Saiyan 4, the eyes got some outlines and the iris have pupils. We will make Gohan look directly to us. Looks great. The spiky nose we will draw more from the side view, and the mouth will be very close below the nose. Gohan will have a very serious look. And then we can get to the face shape. First I'm drawing the shape of the face very roughly until I know how it would look the best. Only then I start drawing more detailed. I do this pretty much on every body part because it makes it way easier for me to draw, so try it out. And now we can answer the first question of the day. How did you get good at drawing? I have been drawing for almost 3 years and still figuring out. Well, I assume that you are pretty young, so it's very normal that you are not good at drawing yet. I'm drawing my entire life, but with a very long pause, and I'm still not reached my full potential. Getting good at something is a long process, takes a lot of time and practice, so be sure that it will take you another few years to get better. So as you saw, I use a ruler on the forehead as I always want body parts to be equal and on the same level. And rulers are very helpful for that. Gohan has one spiky hair strand in front of the face, and here I'm also drawing the shape of the hair first. And then we can move on to the main hair. Adult Gohan's hair is pretty short, even in a Super Saiyan 4 form, the hair gets way longer. We are drawing the shape of the hair again, and then drawing each hair strand detailed. Remember that Saiyan hair is very thick in the beginning, and towards the end it gets very spiky. And while we are drawing the hair, we can get to the next question. What's your favorite food? Man, I love food. I'm Turkish, so I love Turkish food a lot. I also love burgers, as I make the best burgers on earth. I also love sushi and sweets, but my diet is actually very healthy with lots of fruits and veggies. Some good proteins, good fats, lots of fibers, lots of water, because nutrition is very important, so always take care of yourself and watch out what you eat, because that's what affects us the most. Alright. The top of the hair is done and Gohan is looking badass already. Now I am drawing the brighter parts of the hair to finish up the upper part. And now we can move on to the torso, and here as well, I am drawing the very rough shape to get an idea first. As I said, Gohan is turned slightly to the side. For me, the Super Saiyan 4 design is by far the most amazing one. The fur and the hair look so amazing. Super Saiyan 4 also has two very big and long hair strands in front of the chest, and the back of the hair is also very long, but obviously we can't see much of it. As for the skin, the whole body is covered in fur except of the hands, chest and the upper abs, and obviously the neck and face part. The muscles he will draw very defined and full to make him look even stronger. So next question, what's your favorite movie? I have so many, but the ones coming to my mind right now are The Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption, Batman vs Superman, yeah I like that one, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, Alpha Dog, Four Brothers, 8 Mile, Get Rich or Die Trying. I also love the Lord of the Rings movies, the Harry Potter movies, the Godzilla movies, Pulp Fiction, there are so many. But the shows I watch the most are definitely Breaking Bad and Attack on Titan. I watched them so many times. Alright guys, we are drawing the arms right now. The arms will also be very muscular and defined. As for the fur, we will give it the hair effect on the inking. Right now, we are just getting the anatomy right. On the right arm, I will make Gohan lift up his fist a bit to add more dynamics to the drawing. And I always like to erase the unnecessary pencil lines to keep the sketch as clean as possible. And one more reason I like to sketch so accurately and clean is to be able to just trace the lines on the inking, without thinking of any improvements or adjustments, just tracing the lines and relaxing. For me, the sketching is the hardest part and the inking the most relaxing. And while we are adding the definition to the muscles, we can answer another question. Of all of your drawings, which one is your favorite? I get asked this a lot, and the recent drawings of mine are always my favorites. Not all, but most of them. Mainly because I still get better almost every time, and on my old drawings I can always see some mistakes. In a few weeks, months and years from now, the drawing of mine which I would call the best right now, I definitely wouldn't like then. So, the next drawings are always my favorites. As for the fist, we are drawing the shape of it as well, and then adding the knuckles, the bended fingers, the thumb, and all the definition to it. For some people, drawing hands is the most difficult part, and I agree that drawing hands can be tricky, especially in different forms. But drawing a fist is not that hard in my opinion, especially if you do it my way. Gohan also got some wristbands, just like Goku, and pay attention that both biceps are on the same level, so the arms are the same size. You can use a ruler for that if you need to. And also check if the shoulders are on the same level, that's very important. Next question, why you just draw Dragon Ball Z? Well, I agree that I draw Dragon Ball Z like 95% of the time, but I also draw other anime characters here and there, like last week. On last week's video, I drew 5 characters from 5 different shows. I also got lots of drawing videos of characters from other shows, but I agree that I draw mostly Dragon Ball related stuff. I just enjoy it the most. The art style fits perfect to me, and I think most of you guys want to see exactly that. But still, I will draw from other shows more often. Now we are drawing the other fist to finish up the upper body. We can see the full back of the hand, and we will make the knuckles stand out very much. Also, a bit of fur is coming down from the arm on the back of the hand. Looks great, and to finish up the sketch, we will draw the pants. The pants of Gohan are also very wide and loose, just like the pants of Goku. We will draw it very wrinkled, and behind we can see the tail of Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. So guys, sketch done, and now we can get to the inking. As we drew Gohan's sketch so accurately and clean, we can now just relax and trace all the lines with a high quality pen. I use the pens from Copic and Ohuhu, and for the inking I like to use very thin pens. Mostly 0.05 and 0.03 size pens. As I said, we are just tracing the lines, and you can take all the time you need for that. Move the paper if you need to keep your hand comfortable, and that's it. And when you finish the inking, do the erasing very carefully, and then we can do the second layer of ink. As I find the first layer of inking very inaccurate and just not clean enough, I always do a second layer of ink, mostly to improve the lines. I also like to give the line art some thicker lines to make it stand out. The line art looks so much better this way, which you can see. We will also use the same pens for that. So, inking done, and as I said, the line art really stands out. I love it. Now we will give the brighter parts of the hair some hairlines for more definition, and then we will color the rest of the hair all black. Therefore, choose a black marker with a thinner tip so you can color accurately. We are using many layers for that until the whole hair is colored very evenly. And for the accuracy, we will use a thinner pen so we are able to color the smaller parts well. And while we are doing that, we can answer another question. Will you ever do a face reveal? I showed myself on Instagram a few times already, and I think I still got some pictures of me online on Instagram, but showing myself on YouTube in a video, I don't know. I never done something like that before, and I would feel kinda uncomfortable because it's not natural for me to talk to a camera. I don't know guys, maybe someday. Alright guys, we are about to finish the hair and I think it looks outstanding. Gohan looks so badass in this form. For the coloring I'm using Ohuhu and Copic Cho markers, but you can use any type of markers you want, even color pencils. The eyes of Gohan are yellow, therefore we will use a medium and a darker yellow tone for the shades. A white dot on each eye with a white gel pen, which is very important, and then we will add some light gray shades to the eyes. The outlines of the eyes are red and I recommend using a thin pen or marker here. For the skin, we are using a bright skin color for the base and we're still leaving white parts on the cheeks and forehead for the shiny effect. And then we are using a kinda brown beige color for the big shades. The shades are very important, maybe even the most important thing on the coloring. I like to use heavy shades because it makes the coloring stand out and the final result will be very eye-catchy. If you have no idea where to place the shades, there is an easy rule to follow. To make the shades look natural, always use the face features, wrinkles, muscle definition and wrinkles of the clothes. I do that most of the time. For even darker shades, we obviously need a darker skin color tone. That tone we are also using on the wrinkles and stuff just to increase the deepness. And to give the skin even more definition, I'm using a darker brown color pencil just on some small areas. Same process on the neck area. Coloring the skin is one of my favorite things to do. It makes the characters stand out so much. And if you wonder about the materials I'm using, you can find direct links to them in the info box below. Now same process for the fist. Starting with the brightest tone, leaving white parts and then giving the fist some big shades. Same for the chest and abdominal area, and while coloring we can answer another question. Do you have any criteria for collaborations? Of course, but not many. I only collaborate with artists which I think are great. I love artists which have their own style, and recently I'm collaborating with lots of artists just like that. It doesn't matter if they have big channels or not, that's not what I'm looking for when I look up for working partners. They just have to be amazing at what they do. Unfortunately on YouTube there are not many artists like me, but on Instagram I find a lot of them, so it's great. Alright, we are about to finish the skin and I think it looks amazing. Standing out so much, it's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Next we will color the wristbands and the belt, which are blue. We are using 3 different blue tones, a brighter one, medium and a dark one. The shades we are adding at the center, and for the darkest shades we orientate ourselves on the wrinkles. And we are also using 2 to 3 layers until everything is colored evenly. Perfect! Now to the red fur. We will choose a very strong red for the base, and we will leave white parts on the outer parts of the body. It's a big area to color, so take your time on that and do it slow. Then we will color the white parts with pink, and for the dark shades I will first use a color pencil to mark the areas where I want the shades to be. Sometimes I do that to make it easier for me. For the shading we are using dark red and we are using many layers until we got an even surface. And then I'm using a dark red color pencil to increase the hairy effect on the fur. It's a small touch, but it will make a huge difference. And for even more definition of the fur, we will use a black color pencil, which is very important for the overall look. Looks perfect, and we will do the same thing for the right arm. Leaving white parts, which we will color pink, and then adding dark shades with dark red on the inner parts of the muscles. And while coloring, we can answer another question. What exactly should we practice every day to draw Dragon Ball like you? He is asking for a routine. Well, I don't think about it that way. I can only tell you how I got better, and it's simple. I am drawing almost every day for hours, and for example, if you are struggling with proportions, with drawing faces or hands, after 1000 hours of drawing exactly these things, you will get way better at that, and over time you will wonder how easy it goes now. Some simple tricks like drawing the rough shape first, using guidelines, or using a ruler to keep proportions right helped me a lot. You just have to find out what works for you, but the most important thing is do it as often as you can and keep in mind it's a long process. Coloring the other arm and surprise, it's the same process with the same color tones. On the parts I'm leaving white, I'm using the tip like a brush so it actually looks hairy. And for the dark shades, I'm also using the muscle definition to add them with many layers until it's colored very evenly. And then using the dark red color pencil to increase the hairiness, and then the black color pencil for the deeper shades to give the fur more definition. And you can also go back and forth to see what kind of a difference the black color pencil makes on the final result. It's so important. That looks amazing, guys, I love it. Same process for the tail, and now we can answer another question. Did you learn to draw, or is it a talent? Definitely both. I agree that it's a kind of a talent to be good at drawing, but any artist that you're looking up to has spent countless hours working on their skills. So is it a talent or is it hard work? It's difficult to say. Definitely a mix of both. Finally, we finished the fur, and now we can color the pants. The pants are purple, and for the base we are using a medium purple color tone, and we are again leaving white parts on the outer parts of the pants, which we will color with a brighter tone. And for the big dark shades, we are using a dark violet tone, and we are adding the shades along with the big wrinkles of the pants. And once we are done with that, we will give the medium part a second layer. Looks great, and now we will do the same thing on the other leg. It's a bigger area to color, so be a bit more patient here. As you can see, I really use the wrinkles for the dark shades, but I also try to make the shading a bit more dynamic so the coloring can stand out even more. Alright guys, we are almost done. Now we will color the brighter parts of the hair with a bright and a medium gray color tone to finish up Gohan Super Saiyan 4. And that's it guys, I decided to not add an aura around Gohan as I think he looks badass enough already. If you want, you can surround him with any type of aura you want, but we are done for now. I have to say I love the final result. The pose, the expression, the coloring, the proportions, I'm really happy with the final result. I hope you guys could follow this tutorial easily. If so, let me know with liking this video. Let me know in the comments below for which characters you want to see tutorials as well, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I will also upload this drawing on full time on my real-time drawing channel, so you can follow my steps even better, and for commissions message me on Instagram. That's it guys, thank you all for watching, and right here you can see some of my other drawing tutorials, and I see you on the next video.